What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Warzone video. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 best guns you should be using in the game. I'm sure a best class setup for each and every single one of them. Guys, you got to use these weapons if you want to stand a chance. If you're not using these and you're using some weird stuff that people just could completely blow you out of the water with, you want to make sure you have at least one of these guns on your class, because whether they're the meta or whether they're really good at certain ranges, you gotta use them. Now, before we get into this video, guys, for the best luck of your life, make sure to drop a like within the next 5 seconds. It'll truly help me out a lot, and I would truly appreciate it, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We're trying to hit 700k, so that would be amazing if we could do it. And let me know down in the comments below, before we get into this list, what is your favorite gun in the entire game? I'm gonna be completely honest, I think I'm kind of leaning towards the FFAR. I didn't like it at first, but I'm really starting to love that gun now. Alright, guys, let's get into it. The first gun I want to talk about, and I want to kind of get it out of the way as soon as possible, is the AUG. And the reason I want to get it out of the way is because it's one of those guns that I don't like using, because it's the best gun in the game currently. And the reason I don't like using it is because it's the best. It's gonna get nerfed. I don't want to get used to it. I don't want to rely on it, and that's why you guys are gonna see in the background I don't have much gameplay with this. I'm trying not to play with it, but there is a good class for it. I'm gonna share that with you guys right now. You definitely want to go ahead and use it. So the first thing is the muzzle agency silencer. You need this. It gives you sound suppression, vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, and effective damage range. The barrel is the 19.6-inch match grade for that effective damage range as well. It gives you a good amount of damage, the best damage out of all barrels, so make sure you use that. The optic, you definitely want to use the Axle Arms 3x scope. This thing is nasty. It zooms in nice. You feel like you got no recoil whatsoever, and it just makes the AUG insanely good. The underbarrel is the Field Agent foregrip for vertical and horizontal recoil control, which makes you feel like you're using a literal laser beam with this class right here. And for the last attachment, it's the ammunition salvo 54 round fast mags, so you can reload fast and have enough bullets to smack people with. Now, what I do like about the AUG is that it does kill people very fast, and it is effective in most ranges, except for like super up close. That's where it might not be the best, but at mid-range, long range, this is definitely a gun you want to use. And if you don't mind that it's getting nerfed soon, which it probably is, 99% chance will, then you might want to use that class right there. Now, I want to talk about the other weapons I'm going to be talking about on this list. I'm going to be talking about SMGs, snipers, and assault rifles. So you guys want to make sure that if you like any of those weapons, stick around and check them out. The next gun I want to talk about is the MP5 for mid and close range. Now, you do not want to use the Modern Warfare MP5. For some reason, the Cold War one feels a lot stronger, and the class that you can make with this is a lot more accurate as well. So you want to make sure when you use the MP5, you're using the Black Ops Cold War MP5, not the MW one. So for this one right here, the first thing you want to run is the muzzle, and again, the agency suppressor is the one you want. Sound suppression, vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, and effective damage range. It's really nice to have. After that, the barrel is going to be the 9.1-inch rifle. It gives you effective damage range, and the only thing you lose is sprinting move speed. Now, the other barrel is good as well, the 9.5-inch task force. It gives you a lot more damage range and stuff, but it takes away vertical and horizontal recoil, so you don't want to use that because it kind of does lose its ability to stay accurate. After that, we're going to go down to the underbarrel, and that's going to be the Field Agent grip for vertical and horizontal recoil, and that's what makes this gun actually snap on people and stick to them. You're not going to have much recoil with this class, and you could get people up to mid-range. I'd say like up to 40 meters. This gun is very effective, especially if the guy's already weak. You definitely just want to pull this out and smack him. The ammunition is the salvo 50 round fast mags. Again, you reload fast, you get more bullets, what's not to love. And the rear grip is the airborne elastic wrap, so you get flinch resistance, aiming stability, and ADS speed. So this is really good. This is really nice to have, and this class will definitely smack people. Trust me, you do not want to use the Modern Warfare one. You want to use the Black Ops Cold War one for that. Going down to another weapon, and this is a weapon that even if all other weapons get nerfed, this one will not get nerfed, and it's always going to be a go-to for long range, and that is the Kilo 141. I used to always be an advocate of the M13. I would always tell everyone, use the M13, it's better than the Kilo, it's the best gun in the game. No, dude, it's not. I use the Kilo, and this thing is a powerhouse because the M13 is only good at long range, whereas this gun is good at mid-range as well. Now, the Kilo 141, the class is very simple. I'm sure you guys already have a class similar to this for the Kilo 141, and if you do, all power to you, you're using the right class, but let's talk about it anyways. The muzzle is the monolithic suppressor. which is exactly the agency suppressor from Cold War. You get sound suppression and you get damage range. What's not to love? The barrel is going to be the Syngard Arms 19.8-inch Prowler for damage range, bullet velocity, and what I love about this one is you also get recoil control. So you don't lose any recoil, you're actually getting it, and the kilo is already accurate, so throwing this onto the gun just makes it so much better. You want to run an optic for this gun. I don't know why, I feel like the iron sight isn't good when you're going for long range and stuff, so the optic I went with is the VLK 3-time optic. Obviously, if you're using an AR, any AR from Modern Warfare, you want to throw the VLK on, especially if you're going for range. If you're using it for mid-range, you don't need to run an optic, but trust me, if you're using it for range, the VLK 3-time optic is going to do the work. And I'm telling you, the kilo, yeah, I made this class for range, but it's not even bad up close. It still drops people up close. After that, we're going to go to the underbarrel, and that is going to be the Commando foregrip. You get recoil stabilization and aiming stability, so that gives you accuracy, that gives you range, and it gives you control. That's really nice to have on that right there. The ammunition is going to be the 60 round mags. You can't speed reload these, it's not like the Cold War weapons, but at least you get 60 rounds, so you can't really fight that right there. That's good in and of itself. Let's go on to another weapon. Now the last two weapons is going to be the Kar 98K and the FFAR1, and I have to say something, the FFAR1, I told you guys in yesterday's video some attachments, but you guys told me to change one of them, and I did, and it does make the class a lot better. So I'm going to give you guys an updated FFAR1 class, but let's talk about the Kar 98K first. On the Kar 98K, we're going to be using all the attachments that you find on the top when you're in the creative class section, and it's good. You got the muzzle monolithic suppressor, it gives you sound suppression, damage range, really nice to have. You got the barrel Syngard custom 27.6-inch, again, damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control. Recoil on a sniper isn't really needed, but if you're staying in a hard scope, then it kind of is a little useful, but I still would say you're using this mostly for the damage range and bullet velocity. Now I want to tell you guys, the Kar 98, if you're shooting in the chest, you're only going to be doing 154 damage. If you're shooting in the head, you could definitely one-shot people with this class right here, so make sure to aim a little higher with this gun than you normally would with other snipers. The TAC laser is what you want to use for the laser. You get ADS speed, you get aiming stability, and you get aim walking steadiness. So if you're hard scoping and you're moving left to right or whatever, trying to move a little bit, you will be steady. You will be able to like hard scope and stay on the person. The optic, you definitely want to change the optic. If you're using the regular one that comes with it, it's just not that nice. The sniper scope is what you want to use. It gives you a 7x scope for long distance, and it's really, really nice. Now, obviously, you get accuracy with it, you get the range with it, it's good to have, you want to use it. And then for the last one, the stock is going to be the FTAC Sport Cone. Now, this one's really good, and I really like it because it gives you that ADS speed. That's what this gun is missing. That's what you kind of want to run on this gun right here. But let's talk about the final weapon on the list, and that is the FFAR1. The FFAR1 is a nasty class, and I will say it, and I'll always say it, you want to make sure that you're using this for mid and close range. You don't want to use it for just long range. This gun isn't built for just long range. It could still do the work, but it's mostly for close and mid range. Now, really what I originally had on the FFAR was the rear grip elastic wrap, airborne elastic wrap. And then a couple of people told me in the comments not to use that because it's a little useless for this gun. Apparently it does nothing. So I took it off and I did what they told me to do, and I put the stock Raider stock. You guys told me to run this, and I have to say, thank you. Seriously, thank you. This really made the class 10 times better. So the first attachment, like I said, is the stock Raider stock. I gotta thank you guys 100 times. This made this gun really damn insane. That gives you ADS firing move speed. So when you're aiming on sights, you could dodge bullets really fast. It gives you aim walking movement speed as well, which is kind of the same thing, except even if you're not shooting your gun, you still get that movement speed, and it gives you sprint to fire time, so you can get that gun up and shoot a lot faster after sprinting, which is nice to have. After that, the muzzle is going to be the agency suppressor. You get sound suppression, vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, effective damage range. Really nice to have. The barrel is the 20.3-inch takedown. Again, you don't want to run the 19.5-inch task force because you lose all that recoil, and this gun has quite a bit of recoil, so you want to make it as laser-like as possible. So definitely the 20.3-inch takedown is what you want to use for bullet velocity and strafe speed. No cons whatsoever. And that strafe speed is nice because even when you're not ADSing and moving left to right, you still get it. It's really cool to have on the weapon. After that, the underbarrel is going to be the field agent grip, horizontal and vertical recoil control. You can't fight it. It's good. You need it on this weapon. And the last attachment for this one is the ammunition salvo 50 round fast mags for ammo capacity and reload quickness. Really good to have, never not use it, it's nice. But anyways guys, that about does it for the top 5 list. If you did make it this far into the video, comment red bananas down in the comments below. Just mess with people who didn't make it this far and they're reading the comments are gonna have no idea what you're talking about, so it makes it kind of funny. If you guys did enjoy the video as well, make sure to drop a like on this one. I'm not gonna set a goal, all I want is for you guys to just hit a like on it. It takes a second, and subscribe to the channel while you guys are down there with the notifications turned on. Alright guys, I gotta stop talking because my voice is really shot. I've been sick the past few days. You guys could probably hear it in my voice, but whatever. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.